So this is some cool news. At least it would be if I knew more people who actually had PS5s. But before we get to this article, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new. Let me know down in the comment section if you got a PS5. Because I have a good feeling that a lot of people who might see this don't have PS5s yet. But according to all the news articles that are going around, Sony says that they've sold 10 million PS5 units. How many of those actually go to scalpers? How many of those actually go to people who buy the consoles? I would say it's probably closer to maybe like 60 to, let's say anywhere between, not 60 is kind of low, let's say 70 to 80% of these PS5s have probably actually gotten to the hands of consumers. That's what I would say. But let's go ahead and read this article and see what it says here. So PlayStation 5 has now, and this article is coming from Eurogamer, by the way. I'll go ahead and link it down below for you guys. PlayStation 5 has now hit an impressive 10 million units sold, Sony has announced. It remains the fastest selling PlayStation ever, but will it become the best selling PlayStation ever? That is the big question. Considering how well the PS2 sold, how well the PS4 sold. I mean, considering how the PS5 is backwards compatible with PS4, that leads me to believe that it's going to actually become a top selling unit as far as like even pushing the PS2 numbers. But anyways, the 10 million sales figure was achieved on July 18th, just under a month faster than the PlayStation 4. Okay, all right. I mean, that's not crazy. PS5 launched on 12th of November 2020 amid the pandemic, with the demand significantly outstripping supply. Scalping has been a real problem. Yes, it has. As PS5 remains sold out at most retailers. I'm going to tell you, this isn't a video on scalping, but I'm just going to put my 2 cents in, different places here and there because I have to. Scalping's a problem because you keep selling them online. Make them available at retailers so you can actually go to a GameStop, a Best Buy, a Walmart to actually buy these things in person. I mean, that way you don't have the potential of people buying multiples of these in one sitting, and bots buying these up. Like, people actually have to physically go and buy them, and then you can limit them to one per household. Like, I come on, there's ways to do this where consumers can actually get these consoles. Sony also announced updated sales figures for its recent first-party games. This is interesting. This is very interesting. This is why I said anywhere between 70 to 80% of units probably actually went to consumers. Usually you can tell by how many games have been sold. The wonderful Miles Morales from Insomniac has sold over 6.5 million copies. This, though, you have to understand that Miles Morales was on PS4 and PS5. So with that in consideration, how many of those units were sold on PS4 and how many were sold on PS5? Me personally, I bought it on PS4 when it first released because I didn't have my PS5 yet. I didn't get my PS5 until maybe about a week after Miles Morales launched. And so I bought it on PS4 and upgraded to the PS5 version. I eventually did buy the PS5 version because I wanted the Ultimate Edition for Spider-Man Remastered. But with that in consideration, I mean, how many units are PS4 and how many are PS5? That's what I want to know. Housemarque Returnal shifted over 560,000 copies. That's really not that much when you think about it. But considering how many units were sold, that's a good deal. And I can see this game selling more once the price goes down on this game. If it goes down to maybe like $30 or something like that, I can see a lot of people picking this title up. It's a very good game. I loved Returnal. I played it start to finish. I played it nonstop. I think I had like 50-60 hours into the game. I loved the game. It is one of my favorite games this year. Insomniac's Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart has sold over 1.1 million units since release last month. That is a big deal. In 1 month, 1.1 million units. That's a PS5 exclusive right there. You're talking about a game that is not available on PS4. Very nice. And Sony's San Diego MLB The Show 21, which also launched on Xbox, has seen over 2 million sales and is the fastest selling title in franchise history. However, it has more than 4 million players, which suggests its day-to-date launch on Xbox Game Pass made quite the impact. Now, I would like to see a breakdown of this. How many units are sold on PS5? How many units are sold on Xbox? You know, I would like to see how many. If 2 million units are sold, then the other 2 million are on Xbox Game Pass. So I would really like to see the full breakdown of all of the sales on this one, because this is very interesting. Sony did not provide the sales figures for Demon's Souls Remake, which was a PS5 launch title, probably because it didn't really sell well. Demon's Souls Remake only applied to a specific niche of players, those people who enjoy those type of games. Demon's Souls, I was gonna say Devil Survivor, that's Shin Megami Tensei. Demon's Souls or Dark Souls. If you don't really like those games, if you play Dark Souls, you're not gonna buy Demon's Souls. You know, and then on top of that, even if you've already played Demon's Souls on the PS3, you might not buy Demon's Souls on PS5. So I could see Demon's Souls probably didn't really sell as well as they had hoped it did. I'm also considering it was a launch title and more people bought Miles Morales, clearly. While PS5 has reached more households faster than any of our previous consoles, we still have a lot of work ahead of us as demand for PS5 continues to outstrip supply. I want gamers to know that while we continue to face unique challenges throughout the world that affect our industry and many others, improving inventory levels remains a top priority for Sony Interactive Entertainment. Sony looked ahead to PS5's upcoming slate by pointing to the new God of War, Gran Turismo 7, and Polyphony and Horizon Forbidden West from Guerrilla Games. Okay, so with that in consideration, there's a lot more games besides those, but I mean they're talking about like first-party studio games, because technically games like Deathloop, Tokyo Ghostwire, those are not first-party games. Those are developed by outside parties like Bethesda. So the games that they listed were in-house studio games. My thing is, again, how many of you in the comment section actually got your hands on a PS5? That's what I want to know. Because while they can throw numbers out all day and say, yeah, we've sold 10 million units, scalping is still a problem even right now. Like there's no denying that scalping is still a problem. So you can't go out and say that 10 million people actually have the game or the consoles. You know, I know a lot of people, content creators, who still can't get their hands on PS5s. I was very lucky to get my hands on a PS5, and I know that Sony is trying to ramp up demand. Ramp up supply. That is something that they're working on. There were leaks of a new PS5 being developed that uses less hardware. Less not supply materials. Thank you. It uses less materials. I had a big brain fart there. But yeah, there's leaks of a PS5 that they've developed that uses less materials. That's easier for them to mass produce, which would also make it a lighter weight PS5. And I think it's a smaller PS5. I'm not even sure. I wouldn't even call it a PS5 Slim. I would probably call it a budget PS5. Because let's be honest, the PS5 is a beefy little bastard. Okay, this thing is heavy, it's big, it's almost as tall as my PC is, and I'm not even joking. It is probably, let's say, 4 to 5 inches shorter than my PC, and I have a mid-tower PC. So just think about that just for a minute. But either way, let me know down in the comment section, do you have a PS5? Are you still trying to get one? I know that there's going to be, as of this video, there's going to be a PS5 drop really soon. So hopefully you guys can get your hands on one. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Everybody, peace out.